afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome to Samavesh 2023, the most awaited annual Business Academia Conclave. I, Saloni Verma, from PGPM class of 23, extend a special welcome to our distinguished guests, faculty members, future leaders, and industry experts who grace us with their presence today. SPJMR is one of the leading B schools fostering leaders who excel in business and positive societal change. It is very well known for its value-based growth. Now let me introduce you to the SPJMR's postgraduate program in management. It is an 18-month AICTE-approved program for working professionals to accelerate their growth in functional and cross-functional domains. Samavesh represents an event that harmonizes industry with academia and serves as a platform for convergence and brainstorming of leaders on the latest trends and solutions across domains. Samavesh drives solutions and synergy through collaborative initiatives, bridging theory and real-world applications for a very impactful research and technological advancements. Today, we have gathered here for the Marketing Conclave. The theme for this conclave is Customer-centricity in the digital age. Customer-centricity in the digital age embodies a transformative approach to business, where the customer stands at the heart of all endeavors. In this dynamic era, businesses leverage data-driven insights, AI technologies, and omnichannel marketing to create personalized and seamless experiences for each customer. By prioritizing customer needs and preferences, organizations can foster long-lasting relationships and inspire loyalty, ensuring customer retention. And to speak on these issues and get more sensitized to it, let me introduce our distinguished speakers for today. We have with us Mr. Rajiv Nair, Chief Operating Officer at Lightstorm, Mr. Ankush Shah, Head Growth Initiatives at Exponentia.ai, Ms. Sandhya Biswas, Country Head at Morphy Richards, Mr. Prateek Gupta, Founding Partner of Zoom Media, Mr. Nishit Rathe, Assistant General Manager at L'Oreal, and Ms. Sakshi Rastogi, Assistant Vice President at IDFC First Bank. Now let me introduce Mr. Rajiv Nair, our distinguished keynote speaker for today. He's a co-founder and Chief Operating Officer at Lightstorm and has been a distinguished figure in the telecom industry. Boasting a career that spans close to 3 decades, he has held senior leadership positions at several MNCs. Also, he has actively participated in numerous policy and technology initiatives, collaborating with both industry and government organizations. We are honored to have him here today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Rajiv Nair to the stage. Over to you, sir.
Most of the words Saloni used are, you've covered half my speech. So, so before I spoke to Professor Hussain, my speech was already made. So, but when he told me that the average experience is about 7 years, please don't mind me because I'm going to refer to you as students. But I guess you guys are not. You guys are, budding professional and, as she said, future leaders. So first of all, the formalities. So SPGI management, the faculty members, my dear students, it's my genuine honor to be the keynote speaker for this exciting event. I'm truly excited to be here. And before I start, I want to get this out of my chest because I was just telling somebody that when I was a student at VJTI in the late 80s, Sardar Patel College of Engineering was our arch rival, okay? So I just wanted to say that. It's got nothing to do with my session, but I just thought I'll say that today. So we had an academic rivalry like Harvard, MIT, Oxford, Cambridge. So we were like really loggerheads. So over the years, I've not been following SPJIMR. You guys have become one of the most prominent postgraduate program institutions, and the social flavor you bring together with academia is brilliant. I think it's thanks to the management, to the faculty, and above all to the intelligently curious student body that joins this college. So since there is an abundance of intelligence in this room, and the intelligence need not be subjected to death by PowerPoint, I'm not going to give any presentations. I'm just going to keep this session extempore, and hopefully I'll learn some things from you more than you will learn from my humble experience. When I started my career in late 80s in the B2B environment, in IT hardware sales, I quickly learned on the job that people buy from people. And soon that statement evolved into, and specifically with respect to B2B, people buy from people, but they buy from people they like. So let me, for a moment, park this word like here, because I'm going to get back to it in a moment. It's a very important word for our discussion today. It also has many grammatical facets to its usage, but I'll keep it to the verb it is. Coming back to your intelligent community, who can tell me the 4 Ps, or the traditional 4 Ps, because I just learned today there were 7. Traditional 4 Ps of marketing. Yeah, go ahead. You have to tell me in less than a minute, otherwise Philip Kotler is not going to be. Very good. So I told you guys are intelligent. Delving into this infectiously intelligent surroundings, who can tell me the 5th P of marketing? No.
People.
No. No. Okay, so let me, it's perception. And perception is perhaps the most poignant. Anybody said perception? Or did I not hear it? Oh, she's dead. Okay, thank you. So perception is the most poignant P of marketing, and maybe the first and the last P that matters. Because perception is what makes a buyer a customer, a product a sale, and makes 2 companies become business relationship partners. Coming back to that word like that I parked about a minute ago, guess what influences that word the most? Perception. That's right. Because perception starts with you, about your product, and about your company, and maybe even about your industry. And you have that perception. All of us do, right? It's built over time. It's built, there's a paradigm of thoughts and ideas in our minds when we grow up. So coming back to customer centricity. So customer satisfaction index, net promoter score, and many related scientific indices were traditionally or till recently used globally to provide a thermometer of your product's performance in eyes of your B2B customer. Then we moved from customer satisfaction to another buzzword called customer focus. And finally, after all the hula baloo, customer focus, it dawned upon us, customer centricity. Let's build on this customer centricity a bit in an interactive way with all of you intelligent folks, because you guessed perception, so now my punchline was taken. Anyway, so customer need. So let's look at customer need. I want to watch a movie. Before the digital age, and again, I love saying this, hamare zamane mein, we had to rely on DVDs, and we had to go and, store and check if the title was available, then, rent it, watch it, and then return it. So as MBA students, you must be aware about this company called Blockbuster. So quick recap. Blockbuster was by far the market leaders for movie rentals for many, many years. Then came a new player called Netflix. How did they both, as per you, ascertain customer satisfaction? Quick response. So basically, it was very simple. Direct interactions with the customer who's coming to rent a DVD at the shop, at the library, and the feedback forms. And what, in your opinion, would be their improvement areas? Recommendations, correct? Convenience, pricing, choice of movie titles. But did both the companies live happily ever after? Why? That's a good point. So they did not adapt. So one of them stayed true to the commitment to being customer focused. They use internet as a platform and not just stick to basic form of customer satisfaction, which is feedback forms, which you fill in the library, 10 questions, 1 to 10, rate me, The other one perished, right? There's no Blockbuster anymore. Clear indication, feedback forms do not provide any feedback. Okay, so the feedback on the processes of innovation or feedback on ideas, that's what they are. They're just feedback forms. So with focus, Netflix got accessibility, speed, ease of payments in their initial years, and concept of customer personas, right? Wallet size, subscription plans. So increasingly, customer centricity led to continuous evolution of who Netflix was, what their product was, and even who their customers were. They completely changed their fifth P, perception. Then came globalization, co-creation, multilingual content, choice of languages, regional preference, personas, customer base personas, recommendations on your recently watched lists, shuffle feature, and all of you. This was all about Netflix being a better version of themselves, keeping a focus on customer. Their journey, by the way, is still going. Now, here is a good, and this was something that Jignesh asked me to say on my, what is my one-liner on customer centricity. So I say it's customer satisfaction to customer focus to customer centricity. And the shift from customer satisfaction to customer focus to customer centricity is all but moving from looking at a better version of yourself, keeping customer at its central focal point. See, Saloni stole my thunder that way, right? Which is the decision every organization makes. So it's a very outside-in philosophy. I've been in telecom, and I'm sure you guys are familiar with this concept called last mile in telecom. You know last mile? Why is it not called the first mile? Because that's what connects the customer. But they still call it last mile. They don't call it the first mile. Anyway, so, okay, coming back to some more interactions. So who do you think Netflix's biggest competition is? Yeah, you guys are really intelligent. Sara to thunder mera le liya tum logon ne yaar. So yeah, that's right. So Reed Hastings, when he was in a earnings call, he said, if you are going to watch a show and you're going to keep awake all night watching it, that's my competition, sleep. It's not Amazon Prime, it's not FX, it's not HBO. You have hundreds of ways to hang out, connect, rewind on your weekend. That's my competition. And this is the real demonstration of customer centricity. Why is that you and I binge watch a Netflix on a Saturday evening? Because they give all the bloody episodes in the single shot. They don't allow you to wait. 13 episodes, dekho baith ke. So, since they are customer-centric in all senses, they keep on producing new content because you have to keep attracting the same customer persona with different content. So they practice differentiation in content. This leads to innovation. it will not be wrong in saying that innovation and customer centricity go hand in hand. And, again, she stole my line. That was also what she said. But they played across contents, across genres, across geographies. They introduced interactive content, Bandersnatch. Did you guys? Now they are participating with gaming, interactive gaming as a content. So let's recap my session. I know Jignesh is looking at his watch here. Customer centricity in digital age in a B2B environment. So I'm just going to take some principles, organization principles, and then I'll try and relate satisfaction focus to centricity. Okay. So what is the objective? Objective of customer satisfaction is I care. Objective of customer focus is actionable insights. And during your panel, you'll hear a lot of product managers and brilliant marketeers talk about that. Actionable insights that lead to change, lay to bear something that tells you make yourself better. Customer centricity, however, the objective is review, redesign, and innovate the product itself. What about methodology? So in a customer satisfaction, typical methodology is, surveys, net promoter score, CSAT survey. Whereas in customer focus, it's about customer interactions. To understand what? Interaction with customer to understand what? The pain points of the customer, right? Whereas in customer centricity, you actually use the pain points, analyze those with, again, data-driven insights, AI, behavioral sciences. Remember the word like I said? So the customers today who like you are going to become your advocates. Customers who do business with you will have a time-bound loyalty. Whereas customer who is, if you focus on a customer, they will give you a happy, exceed my expectation kind of feel. But the business partner will be the customer who likes you. So that word like I told you is very, very important. So today we have companies, again, we have some people from AI here. They have used AI to do something called sentimental analysis. We do that in our company. We actually go and meet with the customer and then capture his entire dialogue and then feed it into a system. Okay? And that system throws out whether he's a promoter or a detractor. हमारे ज़माने में ये सब नहीं था boss. Competition. Competition in a customer satisfaction is typically local and typically industry perspective, right? Competition in customer focus can be global. Whereas competition in customer-centric environment can be across industries, like competing with sleep. That's not even industry, but yeah. What is the end goal of customer satisfaction? As I said, it's a time-bound customer loyalty. What is the end goal for customer focus? Loyal customer. Whereas end goal for customer-centric organization is that customer becomes your advocate of your products and services. How likely are you going to recommend Netflix to your friends or family? So that's something that is customer-centric. All right, so let's set the stage here, or let's close the stage here. Good on time? Okay. So imagine a complex problem you're solving, right? You're focusing on one that requires more than traditional problem-solving approach. If we put customer at the center of this problem, this approach is the superpower of innovation. That's why I said customer centricity and innovation go hand in hand. So while founding, so now I'm going to talk about Lightstorm, obviously, because I'm here to also attract good talent like yourself. So while founding Lightstorm, and we've been in both our co-founders and myself, we've been, career telecom professionals. So we understood that the complex problem solving is not going to be just a best technical network. Technology is it's available to everyone, right? So we embraced, during my lunch was talking about design thinking. So we embraced design thinking. Okay, I'm not going to teach you design thinking, by the way. No, I'm just telling you. So we empathize with the customer. We actually took 2 years to brainstorm with our potential customers as to what our network should look like. So we co-created. We found the innovative solutions together. So we co-created Lightstorm. So that was one of our biggest success stories. We are the startup of the year. We are the disruptor of the year. I've been awarded Aegis Telecom Graham Bell Award by the Minister of IT, for creating India's first true enterprise network. You can relate to the story, of course, during that course of your design thinking, okay, because that's what you guys are good at. So understand the sense of customer centricity, okay. If you understand this essence, it will equip you to face business challenges creatively. Your creative juices overflow when you look at customer centricity, okay. So, in my parting line, I would say, get ready to think outside the box. In fact, think there is no box at all. Create amazing future products for your customers, for your future customers. Cheers to you all, and cheers to innovation. Thank you so much.
So, one line that I picked up from his speech was, people buy from people they like. So true. And it was like a classroom revision. We were talking about 4Ps, co-creation. We have a lot of budding entrepreneurs sitting within us, and listening to your success story did enlighten us a lot. Thank you so much for that insightful speech. I would also like to acknowledge that we are honored to have our Dean, Dr. Varun Nagraj, seated within us, amongst us. Now let us call upon stage our PGPM batchmates Kunal Khitani and Ashish Mukhija for a brief presentation on the theme. Kunal and Ashish are marketing enthusiasts and will share insights on enhancing customer experience through digitization and personalization. Over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm Kunal Khitani and with me is Ashish Mukhija. Together, we would like to welcome you all once again to Samavesh Marketing Conclave. Mr. Rajiv Nair spoke a lot about customer centricity, and we are also going to be talking about on the similar lines, especially when our topic is enhancing customer experience through digitization and personalization. So it overall falls under the major theme of customer centricity. And this, as Mr. Rajiv said, that this is not a novel concept ever. The term was coined in 1954 by Peter Drucker, but it was not a novel concept at all. In fact, a prominent Indian personality talked about this concept in 1890s in South Africa. Mahatma Gandhi said, "A customer is the most important visitor on our premise." What he really meant was that a customer has to be always in the focus, as Mr. Rajiv Nair already said. And that's what we are talking about. A business has to always serve a customer. Every function of a business, it is not the need of the business that to serve the customer, but rather it is the duty of the business to serve the customer. And while we are talking about customer centricity, let's hear about this concept from a customer itself. Let me play a video for you guys.
Or your neighbors, your brothers and sisters, co-workers, kids, your grandmothers. We're the driver sitting at the red light next to you. Today, we found our voice. We are strangers, but we are organized. We want whatever, whenever, wherever. We are cutting cords, changing the way things work. Status quo, status no. But we are not the enemy. We are your opportunity. We are growing, getting better at getting better. We are your path to success, if you can keep up with us. We are Generation CX, and you can be too, if you listen to us.
This is the Gen CX. This is the customer that we are serving. And when we watched this video for the first time, there were 3 themes that emerged out of it. One, customers today are fully aware. They know exactly what they want, when they want, where they want. Second thing, fully aware customers are very powerful. But third thing, which is the most important thing, is that the customer knows that the power lies with them. The power has completely shifted from business to the customer side. And now it is going to be very challenging for businesses to serve this kind of powerful customer, right? But at the same time, it provides great opportunities for businesses to deal with such customers and to serve them better. That's where 2 pillars of customer centricity comes into the picture. One is digitization, and second is personalization. With the use of these 2 pillars, businesses can serve the customers with tailored customer experiences. Now, when we were talking about this particular theme, especially when we were discussing with Mr. Shabir Hussain, at that point of time, we were thinking of what kind of use cases should we take to explain this concept better. And typically, on top of our head was marketing concepts. Typically, your CRMs, your social media ads and everything. That's what comes into our mind when we talk about digitization and personalization. But then we wanted to talk about something that doesn't come that intuitively. We wanted to talk about automotive after sales. And that's where all of our relatability comes into the picture, wherein whenever we go to customer service centers, authorized dealers, at that point of time, there is a typical customer journey that we go through. You all know the journey, but let me reiterate it for you. One, we book the service, then we drop off our vehicle, then mechanic comes and opens the job card, he gives you the estimation, he does the inspection, and at that time you go back to your home, relaxing, and at the back of the service center, repair and maintenance happen. Then you pick up your vehicle, you make your payment, you give your service, and then you are in the feedback loop. At that point of time, that's where what Mr. Rajiv Nair said comes into the picture. Here, at the last point, will come the advocacy part. Now, in this whole journey, there were few pain points that arises on both the end, at customer side, at the same time on the service center side. One, limited tech integration. 2, lots of paperwork. 3, poor conditions. And 4th and most important from the customer's point of view, long queues, because of which a lot of time wastage happens. Now, in an automotive environment, how do companies leverage digitization and personalization to deal with these pain points? I would like to call Ashish on the stage to talk about that.
Thanks, Kunal. Now let's take a look at what the companies are doing right now to overcome these pain points that customers are facing by integrating digital technologies. So we have doorstep service, wherein customer can get his vehicle serviced at the convenience of his doorstep. We've got curated dashboard on applications, wherein customer can get the most important data of his vehicle at the tip of his fingers. We have push notifications so that the customer can never miss a service. Also, we have increased transparency by enhancing the digital estimations and approval process over the phone. Also, remote monitoring is there, wherein the customer can directly view the status of his vehicle and can view the live feed of the vehicle getting serviced at the service stations, which gives him confidence that the vehicle is in safe hands. We have WhatsApp chatbots because the world is on WhatsApp. Also, there's a lot of IoT integration and the lot of paper work that we used to get with a vehicle, like the owner manual, is now being digitized, and we have a digital owner manual right now with us. Further, let's take a closer look at what companies like Mahindra and Maruti have initiatives what they have taken in order to improve the transparency throughout this customer journey process. Let's understand the user need that they identified first. So the user need was that whenever us as a customer, we used to leave our vehicle at the service station, there was a lot of follow-ups that you had to undergo in order to get the status of the vehicle. When will we getting the vehicle back? That was a question that largely remained unanswered, and we had to contact with the service advisors. We had to contact with the service managers to get this small update. Now let's look how the technology integration was done to improve this process. So the technology used was a simple technology that is currently being used in order to collect our toll taxes on the highway. That is the RFID technologies. They have strategically placed these RFID trackers at each and every important stations at the service centers, like the walk-in stage, the service checking stage, and the service bay and the washing stage. And whenever a vehicle passes through these stages, the data automatically gets tracked, and it's then integrated to the applications which is directly available with the customer. And also we have digital screens on customer launch which directly display this data. So thus, there is no need to continuously contact with someone to get the update of the vehicle. What were the results of this? They had an increase in the customer satisfaction score. Also, the concerns regarding timely updates were reduced a lot. Further, let's discuss about two of the use cases where the companies are working right now in order to provide a much personalized experience to the customers. So the first is the stark shift from scheduled maintenance service to the predictive maintenance service. Now with the advent of IoT and a lot of real-time insights about the vehicle performance, companies are able to predict the accurate time of the failure of a part, whereas earlier there was a scheduled period wherein we used to get a part replaced. Now the companies can predict the exact time where an individual part can get failed, and with that they can provide proactive feedback to the customer when and at what time that parts need to be replaced. Thereby, it increases the overall life of the vehicle, and also the downtime of the vehicle reduces. The second is the AI-assisted repairs. Now imagine you're driving at a stranded highway late at night, and suddenly your vehicle stalls. What are you going to do? Who are you going to call for help? Well, now here comes AI. Currently, companies are working on integrating this AI with the vehicle diagnostic system, wherein AI can directly diagnose what's the problem in the vehicle. And even in small cases, it can help the customer to troubleshoot the vehicle himself, thereby getting him out of this difficult situation. However, I've talked about all the good things that is happening right now in the AI and automotive industry, but still there are a few challenges that remain in hand that needs to be focused upon if we are going to be truly successful in enhancing this customer experience. First is the change management, which has been spoken about a lot since the earlier conclaves as well, wherein we need to manage our internal stakeholders and we need to continuously train them with this upcoming technologies. Second is going to be balancing this automation with a human touch, because let's face it, whenever we are irritated about a service, we don't want to get in contact with a chatbot. We need a human operator at the other end. So it's going to be important to devise the touch points where the shift needs to happen from automation to maybe a human operator. Data security and privacy concerns are going to increase because nowadays OEMs have a lot of data about the vehicle. Whenever it's running, they capture a lot of data, and the ethical use of data will be of utmost importance. Also, we'll have to educate our customers, of these trends, because all these novel innovations require a lot of customer education. Integration with the legacy system, because most of the workshops that are there, the technical architecture they have was implemented maybe in the early 2000s or 2010s, and integrating these high-tech technologies with the earlier architecture is also something that we need to look on. And also the evolving technology, which can be a challenge as well as an opportunity. The companies need to be on a lookout on how to implement these technologies and need to consider the use cases that they can implement these technologies with their existing businesses. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to show you a small video clip in order to help you visualize what is going to be the future of automotive after-sales industry.
Play voicemail.
Message 1.
Hey, this is Dave.
Stop. Delete.
Message 2.
Hello, Mr. Carlson. Your reservation request for February.
Stop. Delete.
Message 3.
Yeah, Terry, that meeting at 4 has been moved up to noon. Call me as soon as you can.
Warning. Breakdown imminent. CarTrack recommends immediate service.
Oh no, my meeting.
To locate your nearest service station, turn right at Alameda. Continue north for 1 mile. Turn left at Hersham. Proceed 2 miles to the next service station.
Hi. Hi, Terry Carlson?
Yes?
CarTrack alerted us you were on your way. I've got your paperwork ready to go. If you'll just sign right here. Great. Well, I guess all I need now is a cab.
CarTrack has arranged for a cab to pick you up, Mr. Carlson.
I guess all I need now is $1 million. Can't blame a guy for trying, right?
An interesting fact about this video, this was uploaded on YouTube around 11 years ago, and it tried to showcase what the future is going to be. I'm very excited to share that this future is right around the corner. And with this, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to conclude our presentation. Thank you.